30 years ago, the rural and impoverished town of Denmark, South Carolina, used to have one of the highest teen pregnancy rates in all the country, with only a population of 3,500. So this is where Michelle Nimmons comes in. She's pictured right there with some of her students from her sex education program. She has dedicated her life for 25 years to it's a pregnancy prevention program in their school in Denmark, South Carolina. She implemented the 5 strategies that are actually really simple, seems like pretty common sense, that has actually reduced their teen pregnancy rate by 2/3, which is really significant. She implemented being able to have comprehensive sex education, targeting boys, encouraging mentoring, having condoms widely available, and getting the whole community involved. So now, after all these things have been implemented, it is one of the lowest teen pregnancy rates in South Carolina. So I'm Brittney Adams.
I'm Brandon Chapman.
And I'm Wyatt Hatcher.
As you can see, the teen pregnancy is associated with lack of education. And there was actually a study done that said 60% of teens who become mothers before the age of 18 will become high school dropouts. And it's also associated with a lack of job opportunities, poverty, depression, and broken homes, mostly dominated by domesticated single mothers. In Indiana, yearly, Medicaid covers about 4,000 births of mothers between the age of 13 and 19, and it's costing about $7.7 million. And teen childbearing costs taxpayers about $200 million a year. And as a whole, throughout the United States, this is costing taxpayers about $9.4 to $28 billion a year.
So, our specific problem statement is that there is a lack of effective interventions in Vanderbilt County that gives teenagers the better understanding of short and long-term consequences of teen pregnancy, which has resulted in an alarming amount of teen pregnancies. So, we have the map there so we can just reference to it. Now you can see we're like the middle red. So Indiana is 12th and South Carolina used to be 13th. It is now 19th. So as you can see, their intervention has definitely helped. And then Kentucky's 5th, Arkansas is 1st. Now I want to put this into perspective because Arkansas is 1st with 32.8. Vanderbilt County alone is at a 33. So our teen birth rate is worse in this one county than it is as an overall number in any state. So we can see we have a problem. And when looking at Allendale and Bamberg, those are both 2 neighboring counties in Denmark, South Carolina. They have very similar demographic and socioeconomic characteristics. However, Bamberg is actually where the combined intervention has been done with the teen pregnancy prevention with comprehensive sex ed and the whole community being involved. Whereas in Allendale, you have the standard, just regular sex education, and they don't get as much out of it. The difference here is that Allendale now actually has the highest rate of teen births in South Carolina at 52.8. So, and Bamberg is down at 21.4. So as you can see, just being able to implement those, even in 2 counties that are pretty much exactly alike, having different access and having these programs implemented has had great success.
Okay, our solution would be the Vanderbilt County Teen Pregnancy Prevention Center, our program. And we would connect with EBSC schools because that would be our primary target, because that would be where we'd have to implement our programs to be able to get to the children. We would, as Brittney said, mandatory comprehensive sex education, but not just for girls, male and female. partnering with Youth First. They have a mentoring program called Teen Skills, which is already implemented in schools, but it does not involve a particular pregnancy. It's more of a life skills. And then the benefits would be to educate students and promote safe sex. Okay, our primary target would be the EBSC schools. That would be who allow us to put these programs into action. As I talked to Laura Walton at Youth First and their program, as I said earlier, Teen Skills, they already offer it in EBSC schools, and it's, I think she said mandatory for all freshmen, and that they usually reach about 80% of the class. So you can see that you could actually get a program implemented to the school. And our secondary target would be, of course, the students, because that's who the program is based on. And
So what the Evansville Community Schools already do right now is they educate the students and basically have a sex education class, but what our program would do is we would build off of that, and we would add comprehensive sex education, add personal mentors, add mandatory participation, and we would promote safe sex instead of just educating people and trying to practice abstinence.
And our point on adding that as a value is promoting safe sex. A lot of parents really don't want to, they would rather have their kids abstaining. But as we saw from data and research done, that the states that have it as a priority or they stress it to push that abstaining onto students, those are the states with the higher rates, teen pregnancy rates. So we're going to promote it, we're going to teach them consequences of it and how to have safe sex. So our value proposition here is for EBSC schools who need to focus on teen pregnancy prevention. The VCTPP program provides the tools and resources needed to implement these effective interventions. Unlike EBSC schools, which offer optional life skills courses in general sex education, the VCTPP program combines a mandatory and comprehensive sex education program to educate students and promote safe sex.